Welcome. I had to switch over the formats real quick. But welcome to today's edition of the Unfiltered podcast. This is the second edition of Squirt Circle Pro's SCP Hangover. I'm Tyler Anderson. The internet knows me as Tyler Liger. And we're going to recap the show real quick. Ed's got the day off. LeXL, I was kind of planning on bringing the man on. But I think the TJ Mundell coalition, the Squared Circle Pro coalition, I think scared him into hiding. We'll use that excuse. Anywho, I'm here to recap the show. We'll go over the show real quick. Pieces for Quitters was a really great show, top to bottom. We'll turn down this music just a little bit. I usually try to keep it pretty nice and chill while we're broadcasting. It just puts me in that mood to where I can talk. But yeah, but it is Sunday, November 23rd, 2025. The day after SCP's Pieces for Quitters at Jake's Cafe and Back Room in Lubbock, Texas. Phenomenal show. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about it a little bit. And I have some clips. Richie Wong is not the only guy that can take videos from the show. And because the stream was not operational, I was still brought in. Rick LC was very kind and generous to let me in and to get me. Okay, all right, and LeXL is on his way. He's gonna join me in a second. He's on his way. But let's get going on the crowd first. The crowd, it was a packed show. It was packed. It was I would say we got in a standing room only at Jake's back room. And it's just people of all walks and sizes. And from little kids to like old people. Like, it was a very diverse crowd, and let me tell you, they were hot all throughout. They were hot. They were lively. They cheered. They booed. They wanted Rick dead. They wanted Lloyd Quinones dead. They wanted El Gringo Loco dead. They cheered for some surprise guests, as well as the returning Ryan Justice. And plenty of other notable names, and we got to see. I got to see some new people too, which is always a treat. Always a treat. And those who are tuning in, welcome in. I'm trying to buy some time for LeXL to get here, and We'll see we'll see. For a second, I thought the war declaration at the end of the show, and I'm giving away spoilers. Hang with me. Scared Lee away, but no, he told me he'd be here. We're just waiting for him. But great show. And again, Jake's Back Room, such a great venue. Even though this was like a stripped down version of how Squared Circle Pro usually operates. So usually up in the stage, that's where I'm perched. There's usually a broadcast table, production table, all the cool video production stuff. And it was a little stripped down, but you get independent professional wrestling like up close and personal. And it did get up close and personal for quite a few people. Let me tell you. Okay, while we're buying time for Lee, let's get this party started. I'm going to just jump on real quick. There we go. And yeah, we're still waiting on Lee Excel. He's got to look pretty. He's like a walking L'Oreal commercial. He's got to get himself pretty. He's got to look good. And and my gosh, is he a handful. And yep, see, there I am right there. Okay, all right, let's go here real fast. There we go. All right, we doxed me for a second. That's okay. I'm used to. I wouldn't be a public figure if I knew that somehow, some way, I'd kind of slip up a little bit. But just want to start off things with SCP's first match of the evening. I feel like it's a culmination of it's a culmination of the Lubbock Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 tournament, which a lot of really great athletes taking part in this to try to be the first Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 champion. And we had ourselves Mateo El Feo. You know, kind of a guy that kind of spooks the crap out of Lee. I don't know why. I don't know how. Must have gave him PTSD somehow, some way. Against G5 Grandmore. And this man, he is a towering guy. He's athletic. He's strong. He can pick people up. And, you know, they engage in a good match. Really good. And the finale goes a little like this. So we're going up top here. Look at this. Oh, man. Nice little reversal. Mateo Alfeo's getting people going. He's getting them going. Getting them going. See, there we go. And this is the nice climax of the match. And then from out of nowhere, Jordan Slade comes in, tosses him from the top rope. So there's going to be a little beef going on. See, like there's, you know, and then there's Los Canales. You know, they step out, you know, just a little late. And this is where Graham Moore kind of takes advantage, sets him up, goes for the cutthroat, goes for the goozle, goes up top, and do a fall-away choke slam. Whoo, man. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. That's a huge win. Graham Moore, he is Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101's first champion. First ever. That's huge. Congratulations, by the way. He celebrated it by bringing in his girlfriend and his mom, and he put the title around his mom's waist, which is absolutely it's such a great moment. I didn't get that on video, but it was a really cool moment nonetheless. We'll see how, we'll see. All right, well. So my thoughts on this tournament is it's been, it's been good. It's been good. A lot of fresh young talent. And I tell you, Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 is, I would say, like, probably one of the best, you know, wrestling schools around. Got a lot of really great trainers. Really great trainers. Lots of experience. You probably put all that experience all together and you got at least, you know, anywhere from, I would say, probably at least a half century to 75 years of pro wrestling knowledge and experience all put together, and all these experiences. It's great for a lot of people to know, a lot of people to partake in, and to have it. So available. It's fantastic. Anywho, so moving on. Next show on the card. And I gotta flip through because it's like, okay, there we go. All right. So they change everything up. They go from, you know, kind of the kind of the slate gray, powder blue of Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 to, you know, the red and black, which is Squared Circle Pro. Match 2, 8-man tag match. I mean, you got Stefan Remsen, the ring bully. You have Baby Samoa. And in Baby Samoa, he's got a great legion of fans that sit in the front row, and they love the shit out of him. And then you got Miles Journey, who we had on the show not too long ago, and Jesse the Kid James, and really notable young talent from Amarillo with with El Presidente himself, Rick LC, and Mr. G5 Grand Moore, who joined the LC administration. So that only makes the number swell just a little bit more against a returning Ryan Justice. Ryan Justice in the tights and boots. Once more with Nolan Phillips, who spurned the LC administration, who's kind of the unwilling leader of this whole coalition. He's been the spearhead. He's been the tip of the spear. And then you have Jordan Slade. Actually, yeah. Actually, let me back. Okay, not Jordan Slade. Ryan Justice, Nolan Phillips, Brian Rage Rivera, and Aaron Harms coming in. And I tell you what, you know, I've known Brian Rage Rivera forever. Known him for a long time. And I swear he keeps on getting better. And Aaron Harms, you know, great look to him. Just a great athlete. I mean, he looks like he can go places. And, you know, they go at it. You know, 8-man tag. 8-man tag. They're going at it. Let's see. I do not have the highlight from that show. I kind of caught everything towards the end, which they're fine. That's fine. That's okay. Justice, Phillips, Brian Rage Rivera, and Harms come up with the victory. Can't complain. There is also a nice little post-match promo from Nolan Phillips, how he's the tip of the spear. And then we move on to kind of some sort of, how do I put it? I would say kind of a disagreement between Rick Elsey and ring announcer John Russell, to where there's an impromptu match between Stefan Remsen and John Russell, and ends up with John in a sling. I would say, yeah, I mean, that was probably something that John didn't want to probably get into, but unfortunately it happened. As long as he's safe, that's all that matters. However, yeah, the LC administration just very, just a very scary bunch. Very scary. I don't say that just because the man writes my checks, but I don't know. But the battle lines, they're starting. I mean, now they have coalesced. Now they are gelled, and there are essentially lines drawn And that's what's going to go down is in January. And then the date's not open just yet. I mean, I believe, if I remember correctly, I think I still have the date. Let me double check, because it doesn't hurt to double check, right? So, let's check. It's in here. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. For January 25th, 24th. January 24th. Okay. Because the next hangover is the January 25th. It's a ways away. For January 24th, 6 p.m., Jake's Back Room in Lubbock, Texas. You get the next installment of this saga between TJ Mundell's coalition and you have the LC administration. Just two forces just bound for a collision course on Sunday. Not Sunday. Jeez Louise, Tyler, where are we going? Where are we going today? And I'll recap my week because it's already been a heck of a week. It's already been a heck of a weekend. But no, for Saturday, January 24th, 6 p.m., Jake's Back Room, Lubbock, Texas. We have ourselves, a collision course between these two factions vying for power of Squared Circle Pro. It really makes it interesting where we're going next. So, all right, moving on. Let's move on a little bit. We'll get to the next match, which is the Heck Yeah Radio iPay-per-view Championship Open Challenge Triple Threat. And this is assigned by Phoenix, who had a scare at the last show. He's doing great. He actually makes an announcement towards the end of the show. And then there's a special guest referee with JP Nitro, and it's pitting the champion Draven Reeves against Marcus MD and Keelix Sunrise. And, Draven has his hands full. Marcus, heck of a competitor, as is Keelix Sunrise. Very exciting young talent. And so things get very interesting during the match. So there's the Texan Tag Team podcast. And I kind of met Houston informally. Shout out to the Texan Tag Team podcast. We'll do something with them sometime. And going back to the little shared screen, here's what's going on. Okay. All right. We're in the middle of the tag. We're in the middle of the triple threat. And then, of course, Paul of Fate on the corner of Draven Reeves. Okay. All right. Well, nah, we're going to just throw Keelix out. Marcus is ready to go. He's going to get ready for... Oh, here we go. This is an interesting move. Oh, right on the shoulders. Right on the neck and shoulders. Draven rolls out. Being a smart man. And then we see Lee XL just kind of do an exit stage right. Okay. We're making sure that he might be on his way. We'll see. Okay. All right. Get a little bit of a little smack fest, a little knife edge chop action, little pops alongside the head. Okay, all right. And then there's Houston on the right hand side, right over here, and they're having a little bit of a disagreement. And boom! Oh no, there goes Houston. And then there goes his significant other. She's yelling at Paul of Fate. Paul of Fate's like, I don't have anything to do with this. So, yeah, they go in and they try to help Houston up to his feet. But yeah. But yeah, a little bit of replay of that. But just Draven's just got through the ringer on that one. Anywho, now let's go back. I know this is very dysfunctional. It's okay. Usually I would have somebody in here. There we go. Here we go. We're getting to the climax of the match. Helix Sunrise looking to go for a special move. Gets hung up by Paula. It's like, yep, it gets distracted for the second. Oh man, power of the punch. That's 1 and 2 and 3. JP Nitro counts it. Draven retains by the skin of his teeth. The man just keeps escaping. We might as well start calling him the escape artist. the escape artist, Draven Reeves. And yeah, big win from him. I mean, I think Draven's resume just keeps on building upon itself. But really great exhibitions from both Helix Sunrise and Marcus MD. They had some nice pops. People liked Marcus. I did know that one person wanted Marcus to perform surgery on them. I don't know about performing surgery, but I'm sure he is a doctor and he has to do those every now and then. So let's bounce back over. Okay. All right. So far, so good. But really fun. Okay. All right. The next match is a last chance for the Squared Circle Pro West Texas Tag Team Championship. And of course, you have La Migra. And you have, it's El Blanco Diablo. And I believe Jordan Slade was in this match as well. I want to double check. Yes, Jordan Slade. Just double checking. Just double checking. Just to double checking. Anywho, back and forth until there's a little bit of a slip up. A little bit of a rare slip up from La Migra. And we'll bounce back over the shared screen. Here we go. Oh, Diablo Blanco, man, just trying to throw the discus lariat at JC Bravo. JC Bravo being one of the OGs at Square Circle Pro, he is just so elusive. Just kind of fighting off both Diablo Blanco. Then he puts the Shira Nui, the old sliced bread, on Jordan Slade. The referee is knocked out. Here comes JP Nitro. Does the 1, the 2, and the 3. And are they new tag team champions? Yes, indeed. I mean, although there was some technicality to it. There was technicality to this. Now, heck of a win. You want to take the win any chance you can, right? Okay. Then, yep. All right. Cesar Torres. There's Amelia Guzman. Everybody's all happy. Everybody's all feeling good. Now, there's just a technicality, though. JP is a special guest referee. And usually in the scape of professional wrestling, special guest referees, like, unless they're like sanctioned for that, they're sanctioned to oversee that match, there's usually shenanigans that happens. And I'm not pitting that on JP. I think JP, great guy, stand-up guy, just trying to do the right thing, while John, our guy John, the main referee, was kind of knocked out by a lariat. I mean, I'd be knocked out by that lariat too. And so Rick comes out and says, okay, all right. This doesn't technically count, but you get one more shot, and that's in January. So, and in just looking, and if I'm looking at my notes just right, we'll take a look. But I believe that sets up for the next show. Of course it does. I believe it will be a final confrontation between Los Carnales and La Migra. I mean, I think it'll really come down to it. And I really do think so. Now, there was a little bit of a surprise, afterwards. Of course, you have the whole, and let me paint a little bit of a picture. Is because, like, for the last few months, there was when the whole LC administration was forming, it was being created. Phoenix had to step away. He just won the Squared Circle Pro World Heavyweight Championship. He had to step away to attend his daughter's graduation party, which I totally respect. I mean, do family things. Don't, partake in that. Now, this is when it was all going down. And Rick, since Phoenix couldn't be able to defend his title, Rick hands over the reins to El Gringo Loco, who resurrects the first iteration of the Squared Circle Pro Heavyweight Championship. And SCP Championship, SCP Heavyweight Championship, whatever you want to call it. They go back and forth for a few months, and then Phoenix has a little bit of a health scare. He was at the last show. You see him kind of, you do this really nice suicide dive, takes out a whole bunch of guys, gets up like nothing happened, and then he collapses. He's fine. He came to. He came back. Like, he came back into being. But I believe it kind of gave him a little bit of a scare, and he had to step away. And that's fine. You got to take care of your health. You got to take care of your family. And I don't think it was a bad move to make at all. I don't think so. However, in stepping away, there was some improvisation that had to happen. Now, the cool thing is we got to see a little bit of a reveal. We got to see somebody come back, and it's a very familiar face. If you have been around Amarillo, Lubbock, West Texas altogether, Lilith Blood returns. She returns. And they decide to go. She becomes Phoenix's stand-in to help unify the titles. And it's a body bag match. And it's El Gringo Loco versus Lilith Blood. And unfortunately, it's hardcore. Like, there's staple guns, there's kendo sticks. And here's just a small taste of it. Let me boot this up real quick. I know I'm bouncing back and forth between my lovely face, my 4 out of 10 face, according to Bret Hart, and and the action going on. So Lilith had the open hand. She had the upper hand. And then Rick steps in, trying to de-escalate the situation. And whop! Lilith eats a title belt. No bueno. I mean, I don't condone and then there's Lloyd Quinones. He took a little bit of a shot earlier in the match. But yeah, and then this is bad. Ooh, that. I mean, I have back problems and I have hip problems too. But man, what a shot! Ow. Unfortunately, Lil gets put into the body bag. Match is over, and Lil apologizes to Phoenix, and Phoenix being a really just stand-up guy. He's like, hey, it's no problem. He it's instant forgiveness. She put her best foot forward and tried to fight hard. But yeah, man, that just makes me wince every time I see that. We'll get away from it. For a second, and then let's bounce back because this is how it ends. And we'll just fast forward a little bit because it's just putting her in the bag. And that's it. Yeah, there she goes. And Lil comes to. She apologizes to Phoenix. But El Gringo Loco, the undisputed Squared Circle Pro champion, with the tortilla in hand, because they used the tortilla earlier in the match. Kind of a nice little callback to the Texas Tech stuff. But there he is. Both championships, both belts in hand. And that does it. Now the LC administration has all the titles. And if I'm on the coalition, I'd be kind of scared. But you know what? Sometimes courage is doing something even when you're scared to death of it. And I'm not trying to bet like horses here or try to bet anybody. I just know that it's going to come to a head. There's going to be, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. Grudges will be sustained. But for now, and actually I'd bounce back over. There we go. Let's go to this one. Jeez Louise. I have so many scenes I have to bounce in between. But yeah. Okay. Now we're getting Lee XL. We're gonna get him. Okay. We're getting it. I mean, and notice this, I already got halfway through the show. Get you on. All right. See, we'll just hold down the fort. I'm just trying to get him on. Just trying to get Lee XL on. We might have to give him a hard time. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a hard time. He probably, had to, take a shower. Well, no. I mean, for Lee XL, it would have to be like a bubble bath. And okay. get a bubble bath and get the shampoo and the conditioner on and all that fun stuff. And yeah, this show is very, it's called The Hangover for a reason. We're a little sluggish. We're a little lethargic. But, okay, all right. We're waiting. We're waiting for Lee Excel. He's probably, like, still, he needed to get his bubble bath in. Get the bubble bath, you know, his little mermaid tank top on. He's a fan of the Little Mermaid. Although it's more of a workout shirt, but but yeah. Okay, let's get him in here. Let's get you in here, Lee Excel. We're waiting on you. Fashionably late is probably the best word for it. But anywho, I think I'm going to keep going just until he pops in. Buy him a little more time. But that's where we get to intermission. So actually, there's Lee Excel. There he be. This man just got out of the shower. You can tell.
Hold on. Can't hear.
Okay, all right. I can hear you.
Cannot hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
Might be on my end. Hold on.
Okay. Keep checking.
Audio.
Check 1 2.
Sound allowed.
Okay. All right, let's get you.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yep.
I saw that you said that you can hear me, so
Yep.
let me see why the hell I can't hear you.
Oh. Let's see here.
My output. Let me see.
Get him popped in. There we go.
No. Maybe if I back out, invite me again.
Okay. We can
Let
do
me
that.
see if we can get some audio.
Okay.
Because, this shit is not. User. Sites. Okay. Facing front. Okay. Let's see.
Check 1 2.
Try it again.
Check 1 2.
All right.
Check 1 2.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Looks like you just got out of the shower.
Gotcha.
I caught you at the right time.
Oh yeah. No,
I told everybody on stream that you were probably taking a bubble bath and you had to be fashionably late. But welcome,
absolutely.
welcome on the show.
Thank you.
It's called SCP Hangover for a reason. We're a little lethargic today.
A little bit. See, how did you know? Did you bug my room?
I did.
How did you know I was taking a bath?
I just presumed. I just presumed. I was like, hey, this man, he has to have his bubble bath. He has to put in his shampoo and his conditioner and his L'Oreal. He's got to look good. That's why he's fashionably.
I will tell you. After last night, I had to kind of wash all the filth off of me because it was pretty pungent in that particular building. And it took a while to scrub. But it came out, and luckily I'm all good to go. Yeah. And I am ready for any questions and anything. Apologize for the late arrival just because it's you. And if it was anybody else, I wouldn't care. But you and I have a bit of a history. I don't know if you told the people
we do
about it. Yeah.
We do. So,
okay.
So when I came back, I think it was before birth anniversary. It was It was not Tornado Slam. It was the show in the middle of all that. And there was no Chris, there was no Cromwell. So it was just me and Lee handling the commentary table. And I thought we did really well. I thought we did really good.
We did, and what happened was our play-by-play, shall we say, he got a bit misty, I suppose, a bit misty-eyed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that was done by Lau, but yes.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when, it seems like when people cross the LZ administration, that's, we've seen multiple things and multiple times where people have crossed the administration and it hasn't worked out well for them. So that's one of the instances. Last night we saw something else. We saw Guapo, John Russell. Have you mentioned that, or are we just taking it from bit for bit?
Yeah. Okay. So you can recap that, because I kind of glossed over it really fast. However, John said the wrong thing to Rick, and probably had said the wrong things to Rick. And
no, that's definitely.
Yeah. And well, John's reward was an impromptu match against Stefan Remsen. I guess all of a sudden Rick is like, okay, all right, you're a member of the roster. You're going to face one of our toughest guys.
And his gift for the holiday is going to be eating turkey with one hand or trying to carve it single-handedly. Yeah, he's gonna have a time. Now, before we really get into it, should I turn my camera? Would you prefer it? I'm letting you drive because we're buddies.
Right.
So however you want me to do this, I'm good at all angles. But however you want it, we'll do it. If you want me to turn my camera,
you can give it a shot. That's fine with me.
Whatever works.
Yeah. See if there we go. See, there we go. Perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Good.
Do that.
I need to get my. And I don't know if you noticed. This is a little sneak peek for you. A little bit of a breaking news. Yeah, I'm going to be coming out with some calendars for the people. I've been working hard on some photo shoots for all my adoring fans, especially just such nice, tolerant people at the building last night, because I had some freaks come up and ask, hey, when's the calendar coming out? And I was like, first of all, get away from me. Second of all, that was more in my head. I didn't say it out loud. But second of all, just be patient. And yeah, it'll come out very soon. As you know, we have a Lubbock 101 site. I don't know if you know that or not. We have a site for shirts. We just set that up. I assume, and I haven't heard numbers yet, I assume mine's the only one that's sold. I have about 6 designs on there.
Okay.
And I assume that due to my intense, popularity, as you saw last night, fairly popular person. I don't know from your vantage point what you heard.
Oh, but, I was everywhere and anywhere, so.
Yeah. So what was where were you at last night? You didn't have an announce table. They took it away from you, kind of like they took it away from me at 101.
Yeah. So I felt naked without the headset.
Right.
But I was around.
Kind of like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You
you don't want me to lower
go away
camera
too much, but
you don't want me to do that.
Yeah. However, I do know that I was at various parts of the building and bouncing back and forth, and I had clips of and before you had jumped on, I was showing clips from the various matches that took place last night. So which included the Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 title match between Mateo Alfeo, who kind of gives you PTSD sometimes, and 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 G5 Grand Moore. So
yeah, our new champion.
New champion.
G5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
G5.
I mean, he had a pretty good showing. I'm going to say, I'm going to try to be objective.
Okay.
From a wrestling fan standpoint, I thought the match was great, especially for two guys who are so green and so new. It's like you know each other when you're in there and you're speaking the same language, and they were hitting all those points yesterday, and really the crowd was into it. They were behind Theo. I didn't work out well for the crowd in that one, at least. But honestly, I thought the match was great. I don't know what you thought or how you felt about it, but they had a good showing.
Yeah, I thought it was a great showcase of talent. Both men have really bright futures ahead of them.
Sure.
Yeah, and say what you will about Mateo Alfeo, how he gives you kind of the heebie-jeebies when he looks at you funny.
I could say a lot. I'm holding it back. I could say a lot.
Yeah, I know you could. But G5 Grand Moore got great size, great athleticism.
The bicycle kick.
And the bicycle kick is a very. I would not want to take that thing.
It's great.
Yeah, it's a work of art.
Yes.
But I think the most wholesome part of the whole show was actually after he won the title, he puts the belt around his mom's waist, which I think is very wholesome.
And that is like, even hardcore tough thugs and gangsters and cool guys and geeks, nerds, everybody alike, their mom, they've got to love mama. You know what I mean? And
love mama.
no matter how tough you are, and even myself, I was raised by my mother, so that was something that, and I was raised by my mother only, and my grandmother, but that's something that resonated, I think, with everybody, and that's cool. That's a good point. Yeah, it was a cool moment, and she was very happy, and I don't believe she's a wrestling fan, because she looked a little confused throughout the show, because I had kind of a ringside seat, and I could see everybody's reactions, and she's not a wrestling fan, but in her heart, it had to make her happy to see her son achieve that.
Oh, absolutely. And to be the first Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 champion. That's
the first one. Yeah. I mean, we could put first with an asterisk due to the fact that I wasn't involved in the tournament for whatever reason.
Okay.
But not taking anything away from G5, great competitor, as well as Mateo. But they put on a show, and that was the opener. Before all the craziness, that was kind of how do you put it? It felt like the tone in there was fairly domestic until the show actually started, and that was quickly with my boss, your boss.
Yeah, both
he's
of
the
our
guy
bosses.
Who hired you.
Yeah. He's both
Rick
of our
Elsey.
bosses. Yep.
Right. And I mean, just some of us, we all conform differently. So however you want to do it, I don't know how much of an administration guy you are, or how much you want to say. If I were you, I'd remain neutral, because you saw what happened.
Yeah. So I've known Rick for almost 20 years.
Oh, wow.
I know his reasonings behind everything. I know why he was like, okay, enough's enough. And he had to, and sometimes to get the job done, you have to bring in some heavy hitters, which Lamigra has been for like the last 10 years. No matter
around the area.
And no matter who, and then also, well, when you bring in some, folks like Lamigra, other people are going to follow suit. They're going to see the opportunity and the benefit of saying, okay, all right, they're starting to overtake things. Now, there's always people that will be like, okay, all right, They are projecting values that we
I'm
don't
listening. I'm just.
yeah.
I didn't. I jumped on because I jumped on quick, so I haven't done my face regimen. So you're lucky I like you so much. I haven't done any of that. I need to get my lotion, but I am.
You can put your lotion live on stream. It doesn't bother me. Yeah.
Okay.
You can put on the L'Oreal or the Dove. Are you
okay?
But let me ask you a question first. Are you a L'Oreal or a Dove guy?
You know, I've heard a lot of bad things about the L'Oreal company in general.
Okay.
And the type of, let's just say, I was in the industry for a while. Okay,
sure.
The fashion industry, and that comes with all the creams and lotions and moisturizers and everything. And I had to learn, okay, what's to use, what's not to use. L'Oreal, big animal testers.
Oh, yeah.
Not big on that.
Okay.
Not big on that.
Okay.
So I go with, let me see if I could find it. Hold on. You better not peek.
Okay. Peeking.
You better not peek.
Oh, my.
Hold on. All right.
Ooh, Cetaphil. There you go.
Just a little bit. It'll do.
Get those boyish young features going.
Oh, absolutely.
Maintain that boyish charm.
This is something that my predecessor, I don't really want to call him that because that gives him too much credit. What's his name? That little that furry-eared ferret whose job I took. His name Josh.
I think so.
Idiot who threw water in my face last night.
Oh,
Did you see that?
I did not see that.
Yeah, he threw water directly in my face.
Uh-oh. And it's probably not even purified water either.
See, yeah, that's all I asked for was some purified sparkling water, and he
gave you tap water, huh?
He's just a little sensitive, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah. All I was trying to do was give old Joshy boy a job back, and Josh, is it Josh?
I think it's Josh. Yeah.
I don't remember insignificant peons, and he just seems to be something like that. He just seems to fit the bill. But anyway. Old fuzzy ears. Yeah, he's a little sensitive, and he threw water in my face, and I might be putting the cart before the horse because I was gonna kind of talk about the ending a little bit. I'm getting a little flustered.
Oh,
yeah, but we can go match for match if you like. So
sure. So we started at the beginning, and then we're looking at the 8-way tag. The 8-man tag. And
good opener.
Great. Really, really good, solid match. You had the likes of Ryan Justice, who returns.
Right.
He's back in the tights and boots with Nolan Phillips, who's been the tip of the spear. Along with let's see. I'm just making sure my notes are correct here. With Brian Rage Rivera and Aaron Harms against Stefan Remsen, the ring bully himself, Baby Samoa, Miles Journey, who we had on the show not too long ago, and
Miles.
Jesse the Kid James.
Jesse's a great talent.
Yeah.
I know that when we first did commentary together, I was giving Jesse a hard time for being about 80 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, he's a very small guy.
But the kid can go, and his new attitude, I think, has only helped him. The fact that he doesn't need the fans' admiration anymore, I think, really has helped him out. He doesn't need his brother, Joshua, who he, eliminated in the battle royal at the end. He doesn't need the people. He honestly, might not even need the LZ administration. He just knows really how to be successful in the business, and he's got kind of a keen eye for it, and he's got a good sense for what's good, and he's just good, and he's barely new to the business, been going about 3 years, I would say.
Okay.
But you couldn't tell with the way that he works and the professionalism and the way he just kind of carries himself in the ring. It's hard to tell that he's fairly new to this.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jesse, like you said, Baby Samoa, who I've done commentary with, very nice gentleman, kind of.
You've made it when you have your own fan club following you to every shows.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. They get a little handsy. Did you notice that?
They do get a little handsy. Yeah, they love the touch.
They get a little involved in the show.
Yeah.
And but this time I was keeping an eye on them. I had a very close proximity to them this time, so I called it. I set up shop fairly early on. Before that match, I set up shop, and I called it the Lee Lounge. It was over by the or by the entrance.
Yeah.
It was comfy. I don't know why the other stupid announcer, whatever his name was, Guapo. I don't know why he didn't set up there. He just likes to be closer to the action, I guess. But I mean, he doesn't know. People could fall on his table. He could injure themselves. It was just kind of a selfish move for him to be right next to the ring. Mm-hmm. And plus, he's blocking everybody who can see over that big head of his. So
okay.
I just took it upon myself to set up next to the entrance, and take the ring bell and everything. So I called it the Lee Lounge.
Yeah.
And that's just, in my own head. I'm working on it. Maybe it'll change. For now, it'll be the Lee Lounge.
Sure. I mean, I could see lights and stuff like that,
Yeah, I kind of need some more accoutrements. I needed the M&Ms. But Fuzzy Elf, Fuzzy Elf didn't get me the M&Ms. I was a little bummed by that. The fact that now I see why he lost his job, because he's so inadequate. He's so, what's the word I'm looking for? He's just not good at it. Really.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, neither here nor there. We can go on with the match.
Right.
Excuse me 1 second.
Oh, no problem. Take all the tangents you need.
You go ahead. You tell the people.
So their company.
Look at my face. Look at my calendar while I'm gone.
Sure, I'll look at the calendar. So yeah, we're gonna retread for Lee Excel's sake. They were accompanied by Rick and G5 against the returning Ryan Justice, Nolan Phillips, Brian Rage Rivera, Aaron Harms, and fantastic match. Comes down to Ryan, Nolan, Brian, and Aaron taking the win. Nolan, who's been kind of the unwilling, almost the unsung hero in all this, saying, okay, all right, now I'm on this side of the fence compared to that of the LC administration. But then you have the impromptu match, and we kind of touched on that with, John not doing so hot against Stefan Remsen. I digress. Hopefully,
not doing so hot. That's a way to put it.
Yeah, not doing so hot against Stefan. And then we touched on that. So now we're looking at the Heck Yeah Radio iPay-per-view Championship Open Challenge, and it turns into a triple threat between champion Draven Reeves, accompanied by Paula Fate, along with Marcus MD and Keelix Sunrise.
You know a lot about Keelix?
I don't. It was my first time really seeing him.
Yeah, he's new to me. So when he walked backstage, I'll give you a little scoop.
Sure.
He had on what I can only describe as moon shoes
Yeah.
that went up to his knee. They were basically like, they look like Neil Armstrong fives if he made shoes.
Sure.
Very extra, and he just came in, seemed to have a bit of a chip on his shoulder, but like a warranted chip because he's so good in the ring.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about him, but we saw that with the match. This is a very competitive, very athletic, quick back and forth. Never knew who was gonna win. Triple threat match between Draven, Marcus, and Helix. And from the Lee Lounge, it was nice to see. It was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
Draven coming out with the heck yeah belt at the end. But we saw a bit of an altercation, right?
We did.
Now, are you familiar with the Texan Tag Team podcast?
A little bit, yes. And Ed did get to meet Houston the last time Ed was at the show. So,
well, he was
sitting right front row, and he ate a whole bunch of Draven Reeves like during the show.
Well, that's kind of what happens when you get involved in business that doesn't, pertain to you, because he was very vocal, and fans should kind of know what they're going to get into if they're that close.
Yeah.
And I mean, aside from some more fan interaction we saw later in the show, I don't know if you want to talk about that. I don't know if that's too.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
How do you want to set this up? Because that match, that triple threat, was very, very competitive and very expert. Marcus MD, he's a great worker.
Yeah,
he does everything really well, and an actual doctor.
Yep. That's what I thought was the coolest part. I did mention there was a fan in the crowd that wanted Marcus to perform surgery on them. Now,
oh yeah,
yeah.
There were some thirsty people there yesterday. Yeah, speaking of Nolan from earlier, they were asking. I don't know if this was an insult or just a fantasy they had, but you know how Nolan wears no shoes.
Yeah, he's Bruiser Bro. Yeah, he's going Necro Butcher on that one.
Right, and I mean the exclusive he told me was because it gets in his opponent's head, and it's more of a mind game thing. People are afraid of feet.
Oh,
so I mean, some people, whatever.
Oh, the more you know.
Right. So I heard a lady scream from the crowd, "Stick your toe in his mouth," and I just looked over at her like.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of these fans, they get a little unhinged, but that's what makes pro wrestling fun. So
that is, so we can go from that into the idiots that storm the ring in banana costumes.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you see that? Where were you seated? Because you don't have your usual your nest.
Yeah, I didn't have my perch during the show, so I was kind of out amongst the crowd.
Okay, so what did you see? And I'll tell you what I saw.
Okay, all right. I don't even remember the banana people. I just remember there were banana people there.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, here, give your insights. I kind of want to hear this.
Okay, from my vantage point, I was trying to be professional and call the next match, which was our next match on the card being the tag team match for the SCP West Texas Tag Team Championship.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. So after John got dismissed, we'll say that, I took over as hosting job.
Yeah.
Which I think I did a bit of a better job than John, but I mean, that's just me being subjective. Yeah. Or, maybe all of the people that were there. Sorry, I need a quick chest hair comb. I was noticing.
That's fine.
it was starting to get to me. I get very meticulous about the hair
Oh,
placement.
absolutely.
But yeah, so after John got dismissed, I took over at his job, did a better job, and I stuck next to the entrance ramp. So I basically did everything last night. I rang the bell, I did the announcing, I did the post-match interviews. I, tried to keep the talent calm. I tried to keep some of the idiots back. And unfortunately, I can't do everything. We had to have security take these morons in banana costume because they stormed the ring during the Carnales entrance. So I couldn't.
Gotcha.
Right, I couldn't announce their entrance properly because the bananas who were not involved in the show stormed the ring, and luckily, my classmates, we'll say, they did their job for once and took those bananas and threw them out. And I mean, one of them got in the ring, which was ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
that's not good.
Let's just say after that, there were some bruises on those bananas.
Okay.
There were, no, that's why. That is why. Just don't jump in there.
Yep.
Just don't jump in the ring. If you're not a trained professional, because we've been doing this for a while, that's what we do at 101. We train for every eventuality and situation, and strength conditioning. Phoenix has got us on. He's even starting a diet plan, which I don't do, but I mean, whatever. Okay. We'll see. So yeah, we'll get into that later. But
sure,
we plan for every eventuality, and the most random eventuality was idiots in banana costumes storming the ring, and it happened, and the guys were ready, and they pulled him out before the match started and before the SCP Tag Team Champions came out, and or I should say champion, Chris Watson, conspicuous by his absence. You happen to know where Watson went?
I do not know. I'm sure he took a rain check for the day, but
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So Jordan Slade had to sub in, right? Going off the Freebirds rule, and right.
I guess anyone in the anyone in the administration apparently can sub in if it's a Freebird rule.
Sure.
I could have been Diablo's partner if I knew that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jordan Slade. Yeah. Jordan Slade came out. He's got quite a fan base. I noticed Jordan Slade.
Jordan Slade has a fan base. Okay.
Did you not hear the girls screaming as if the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC came out?
Oh, probably not.
What's a more current reference?
One Direction. That's actually for me, it's irrelevant.
BTS.
I guess BTS or some other
Raja Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, screaming women for Jordan Slade. I mean, little girls, but still.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
guess you can take what you get.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he just leaves it at that.
Yeah.
And
same.
But yeah, the match was pretty solid, and Jordan seems to mesh well in whatever situation he's in.
Mm-hmm.
You could stick the kid in a match, I think, with a broom, and he would have a good one with the broom.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Just give me 1 second. Carry on.
Okay. Anywho, but yes, competitive match. Los Carnales comes out on top. Cesar Torres and JC Bravo.
These are my toes. Just so you know.
Okay. All right.
I needed to get a foot lotion.
Okay. On. I see.
Sorry, I couldn't go much longer without doing that.
Gotcha.
Carry on.
Okay. Anywho, so, oh gosh, Diablo Blanco knocks out.
Throw you off a little bit, pal?
A little bit. I was a little surprised, but hey, the show must go on.
I've got moods.
But the ref gets knocked out, and then also so that the whole sequence prompts JP Nitro to come back and make the count for Los Carnales to come out as the new SCP West Texas Tag Team Champions. Now, here's a technicality to that, is that JP was only supposed to be a special guest ref in the previous match, the triple threat for the Heck Yeah Radio iPay-per-view championship. So,
he overextended just a little bit.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, you see your fellow man down, you want to try and do what you can to, you know, let the match reach its conclusion. However, that gives kind of I would say La Migra kind of an out, because they can come back and say, well, they can make an appeal and say, look, hey, like, this guy wasn't supposed to be reffing our match, like, and he comes in and he makes the count. Therefore, I think it's going to set up for something more, you know, again down the line. Now,
they did announce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to put it in a steel cage, because Rick, through all his, you know, faults or whatever that people think, he tried to make it right.
Mm-hmm.
He announced at the following show in January, Collision Course, a tag team championship rematch inside of a steel cage. Maybe Watson will show up, or, you know, maybe whatever. I'm sure that the tag team championships will be defended by La Migra, no matter who shows up. So that's going to be our follow-up, due to the I guess passion of JP for coming out there. JP, maybe he just let his emotions get the better of him.
I mean, I can understand that. But yeah, like, you know, John got knocked out, and, you know, poor John. But yeah, like that, you know, I think that gave La Migra an out, and then, but Los Carnales, hey, can't complain. You get another shot at La Migra. And this rivalry has been going on for a long time.
So you can't complain, but I'm sure the Carnales will find a way. They're pretty good at complaining.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're also pretty good about, you know, I mean, I guess they weren't great about handling the bananas, but maybe next time. I mean, but they do have a nice fan base. They're very pleasant.
They do. You heard the reaction when they won.
Yes.
That was the thing. When they won those tag team. Right. Well, I mean, one, we'll put the asterisk. Huge reaction. People love the Carnales in that building. Maybe they see something in Carnales that is within themselves. But just an amazing reaction for them.
Mm-hmm.
The people stood up. So I was kind of surprised by the fact that they were on their feet.
Yeah.
Because they've been sitting on their asses just kind of screaming all night. But they got up and for sure. I was standing all night long.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I needed, you know, the foot regimen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think you needed the foot lotion for that. So
yeah, no, I definitely do.
Yeah.
But sorry, I digress. So yeah, there was a passionate fan base behind the Carnales, and you could hear that, and it was kind of, honestly, kind of nice. You know, I don't really like the guys very much. I think they're entitled. But I mean, for a second when they tasted gold, you could just tell the emotion, and it really meant a lot to them. I mean, only for a second. Before, like you said, it was due to the technicality of JP Nitro. And I don't know, do you think he did that purposely because of the history with the Carnales that JP has had? They tried to shave his beard. They tried to, you know, they did shave his beard. You know, they were going to beat up his wife, the beautiful Tara. Just a multitude of things in history between the Carnales and JP. So do you think maybe in the back of JP's mind, he knew that would be the result?
That's a good question, because I think JP had the right intentions in mind, but you know what they say. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So
Sure.
maybe he was trying to make right and didn't realize the ramifications of what went down. Like, it's like, hey, I want to make good with these guys. However, I didn't realize that by coming in, making the count, and giving, being able to award Los Canales the SCP West Texas Tag Team Championships, that just opens up the door to Pandora's box, because it's now you have a tag team match inside of a steel cage come Collision Course in January.
And it's hard to get in or out of that cage.
Yeah.
So it's barring a lot of outside interference, which is what we saw, in that match. He's used to the outside interference, so being on the inside for once, if he is in that steel cage, still replacing the absent Watson, he's probably failing at deadlifting 300 pounds right now, or whatever it is he does in the gym. But
okay.
He made a video of it. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see it.
Or no, he said he was, not deadlifting, but he was squatting 300 pounds, and really all you saw was him racking the 300 pounds. It could have been whatever. He fairly braggadocious fellow, and apparently fairly flaky. So we don't know if we're going to get Watson and Blanco, or Blanco and Jordan, or maybe Blanco and Benny Blanco. We don't know who we're going to get.
Yeah, we don't know.
Coming up for the tag team championship. It seems to be, like you said, Freebird rule within the LZ administration. But the passion of the people in there, it was felt during that match. It was fairly palpable. Even myself, I got into it, and like I said, I remain professional. So I don't like the Carnales, but I did my job, and I announced them to the best of my ability.
Sure. So, okay, moving on. So, to fill in, and I think I did this earlier in the show, was that Phoenix had a little bit of a health scare at the last show. It was, I think it stemmed to him making a suicide dive on a whole bunch of guys, and then he gets up and then he collapses, and it scares everybody. However, fortunate thing is he was okay. He was fine. He was walking and talking after the show. He was a little woozy, but he was fine.
He was able to walk out on his own terms.
And because of him having to take time, spend time with his family, rest up, heal up, I would say, like, get on that path to recovery and take his time while doing it. So that leaves the title picture in the SCP championship picture in a little bit of in limbo, just a little bit. Just because Phoenix was you can say who's chasing who. It doesn't matter. It was two forces about to collide, going at it, and just now Phoenix is taken out of the picture, and
for the foreseeable future,
he's sidelined. So unfortunately, so okay, but we have to figure this out. We have to figure out this title unification picture. So what happens is, Rick, El Gringo Loco, Phoenix, and the returning Lilith Blood comes back in, and we have ourselves basically a championship match. And to build upon that, it's a body bag match.
A very busy Lilith Blood, might I add. She had worked previously 2 back-to-back BCW shows in the previous weeks. I was there in attendance. I don't know how familiar you are with BCW or the roster or its proceedings. She had a match And neither of them were hardcore, so it may have been a little out of her element. She faced Gino Rivera last week. And the previous week she faced CD Cash. So she's probably a little tired. Maybe I'm not making an excuse for her, but she does work hard. She is, as her name indicates, she is the OTB. Just, if you know what it stands for, I don't know. How is your podcast to where we can just kind of, is it like, how do I put this? Can we cuss? Can we say stuff?
Yes.
Can we?
You can cuss and you can say things. It's
well,
okay.
Shit. I've been holding back. I had no idea, or maybe not. It's just kind of how I speak,
Yeah.
And the people get a little offended at that. I had a lady last night next to me telling me to watch my mouth because there were kids, and I was just like, I'm the least of your worries. Yeah, I was like, what are you kids doing in a bar, you fool? So, yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know if she knows how to read, but on the ticket it does say parental advisory.
Yeah, yep. There's a parental advisory sticker on each show.
Yeah. But to Rick's credit, now you mentioned the unification, Lilith Blood, and the match. I believe if it were any other company, and any other general manager, president, CEO, whatever you want to call it, if it was anybody else, they would have held that title in I guess they would have tied it up in all sorts of litigation and probably done a big dog and pony tournament that would have lasted weeks and weeks and weeks. And Rick Elsley, to his credit, solved that in a night. I'll say he solved the fact that he no longer had an SCP champion, but the show must go on, as you said earlier. Rick Elsley took care of that, and no matter what the people say, he knows. He's a good president. He's giving. He gave us a championship match between Gringo and Lilith last night, and the body bag match.
Right.
Now my question to you really is, how do you think you would fare in a body bag match, and are you claustrophobic? And if somebody had closed that zipper on you, how much would you freak out?
Okay, alrighty. So, like, as far as the hardcore match, never really did one in my short time. However, I mean, I don't think that bothers me too much. I mean, that's just adrenaline's going through you. You're not feeling too much pain. As far as like the body bag, I'm not claustrophobic. Yeah, when I think about small tight spaces, I'd probably get a little uncomfortable after a while, but as long as I had plenty of oxygen or plenty of air, I'd be fine. But the body bag, I would have been okay with. I wouldn't have went too crazy. It's acrophobia that I have. Like I get scared of heights. So yeah, a little bit of Tyler rope guy. Yeah, well, I can get on the top rope. If my feet can touch the ground or touch a surface, I'm fine. It's when my feet are dangling, then I'm like, okay, all right. We're doing something wrong here.
I see. Do the people know about your wrestling history, about you as a worker?
I think barely. So
have you? Well, I mean, this is your show, man. This is your time to.
This is my time to shine. Okay, all right.
You've been in there before. You know how it goes.
I do.
You went through some training. Yeah, so you know how much it hurts, and you know how the tougher matches, like the hardcore match we saw last night, that's all actually happening. That's like, people think that wrestling is one thing. That was a real staple gun that was used.
Yeah.
Those aren't pleasant. Yeah, on her chest, double D's, as she put it to me, because I was trying to announce her, and I did my due diligence, and I went and asked, for a weight, and she gave me a bra size. So I just was
'Cause
going to go with
you never ask a lady for how much she weighs. You never do.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So went with the bra size, and I was going to announce that, and just, you know, as luck would have it, comes into play as he stapled those double D's shut. He being Gringo, which was fairly disgusting. I don't know where you were sitting, but just to hear staples on flesh is kind of just not natural.
It's not.
It's not something I ever want to do. I don't want to be an idiot like Recoil or Jarrett, as we found out last night.
Oh,
yeah, which I got some more to say about
sure.
that, but yeah, I'm not a hardcore guy. I never have been.
Okay.
And I don't want to put this face in jeopardy. I don't want to put, definitely not this chest, because I get a lot of, you know, this from our time at the desk. I do a lot of Japanese commercials, and that's why I have my hair in this hair towel, just part of the regimen.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people pay highly for this chest and this chest hair, and to think about subjecting it to something so disgusting as a hardcore match with staples, not for me. But it is for Lilith, apparently. And how familiar? I know that you know Lilith. You know Lilith pretty well.
I do.
From your time. Yeah.
I do.
So, do you think she enjoyed that? Is that just her thing?
You know, I think, and this goes back. This is like a reflection of Damian Blood, her husband. And I mean, they have just been through everything and anything you can throw at them. And that's
husband?
Yeah.
I thought that was her brother.
No.
Oh,
no.
gosh.
No.
Oh,
no.
Well, that changes everything now.
So what I've really understood with Lil is she can be put through the ringer and get through it all. And
right.
I've seen her wrestle I've seen her wrestle pure wrestling matches, and I've seen her wrestle straight up brawls. I've seen her wrestle in hardcore matches, like the body bag match that we just saw last night. And
sure,
she's very versatile, and knowing her for a very long time, you know, she prefers the brawling style. She wants to get in that fight with you. She wants to knock your lights out. She's that type of person that will not back down. And there's a reason why she's called, OTB, one tough bitch.
She's one tough bitch. She really is.
She is, and I've seen that over many years, and it only makes me respect her even more. Not only
right.
as a wrestler or a brawler, or whatever frame you want to put her in, but just just an incredible performer overall, and even better person.
And so I'm sorry. Also, just on a side note, I'm sorry if you're hearing all the notifications come up. I'm speaking from my phone, the phone from last night that matched my suit. I'm speaking from that phone, and I'm getting a lot of DMs, as I have been.
Sure.
Since birth anniversary. It's probably that sicko referee who sits in the front, or not referee, as I call him.
Yeah. We don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
You don't know? His name is Doug. I'm going to dox him fully.
Doug.
Not referee Doug. If you're watching, please stop sending me lewd pictures.
Please don't send me. Yeah.
Please
don't send
That's quite
me.
enough. Not referee Doug, you sicko. But yeah, I apologize. I don't know if you can hear me pretty okay, or how is my audio? I suppose an hour into that. Yeah, an hour into this, I probably should ask you sooner.
Oh, you're fine. You're good.
But yeah, so that match, and we saw our boss get a little more involved physically than he normally would.
Yeah, the kendo stick shot. Oof, man, that made my back like just
Man,
It made me wince. Like just
lit. Oh man, lit her up
yeah. Oh
like a
yeah.
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
'Tis the season.
And she has the mark to prove it too. Like
Did you get to see
I
it?
got to see it, and it was pretty mean.
Did you see the mark afterward?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he laid into it with everything he had. Rick's a fairly strong guy. People, all the idiots like to scream fat jokes and insults at him and me for that matter, but they don't know the power behind Rick Elsey and probably knock their lights out if it were to come to it. People like to, and I'll speak on this really quickly. I could get on a big tangent, but people like to discount fat people almost as jokes. Kind of like last night, you saw that little fuzzy elf call me Jabba, which real funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's it's whatever. It's not at this point. I've heard everything. I heard everything they were saying to Rick Elsey and I, calling us big backs, blah blah blah. But I just think like after a while, because it's such low hanging fruit, that it's something that they have to cling to because their brains can't ascend beyond a higher level of thinking. They can't come up with phrases and things that are different. So when somebody's so different that it threatens them, they'll go for the lowest hanging fruit, which I have a mirror. I know what I look like. I know my body size. I'm proud of it, honestly. I am a plus size model for a reason. I keep my weight like this because if I were to lose it, I'd lose my job. Plus, in wrestling, nobody can pick me up. Nobody in the class can pick me up. Why would I want anybody to pick me up?
Exactly.
I keep it this way on purpose. Dusty Rhodes had the same mentality. So I have a very strict, that's why I'm talking about Phoenix from earlier. I have a very strict regimen of how I eat. And it's sort of like sumo wrestling. You familiar with the world of sumo wrestling?
Yeah.
They are kept that way on purpose. And I take their ideas and training, but also I've got some training under my belt as well. And people will see that shortly.
Yeah.
And we can get more on that because that's more towards the end. I want to address that as we get there. But the match for the SCP championship didn't turn out in Lilith Blood's favor.
Right. And she did get a shot in on Lloyd Quinones. And
right.
Yeah, and and everybody kind of jumped up for that one. But yeah, Lilith came up short. She ended up in the body bag. And
she did.
And now Gringo has both titles. He has the original and he has the current one. So yes, he is the SCP Unified Heavyweight Champion. Like
the undisputed heavyweight champion.
Yeah, it's got a good ring to it for. Yep.
And he was hit in the face with tortillas last night. And had probably one of the legit funniest things I heard last night. He said, and as he threw it to the crowd, "This is for your snap kids. Have them fight over it." And people hated that or didn't like it at all. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was great.
I mean, some people don't have a sense of humor, I guess. Like, I could take it on the chin, but when I give it back, they don't like it so much, and they definitely didn't like the tortilla comment.
No.
But yeah, we have our champion, a champion that I think we can be proud of because Gringo's he's been doing this for a long time.
Very long time.
Nearly 20 years, I would say. Gringo knows what he's doing. He knows how to incite a crowd. He almost fought an old gentleman because I don't know if you saw this. Gringo went for the chair, and a girl held onto it and wouldn't let him have it, and he had to literally pry it out of the girl's hands, and the father took exception to that and tried to fight Gringo. I think that's a level of success that Gringo's going for.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of thing that he thrives on. I think it gives him power for the people to hate him so much.
Oh yeah, and he's so good. That's a testament to how good El Gringo Loco is that
Sure.
he could just say one thing and he would get people all mad. I mean, he used to walk around with a shirt that said "I killed Selena," and and
in Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
You told me about that? Somebody told me about that. I believe it was you.
Yeah, I think it was me. That he used to walk around with a shirt that said "I killed Selena," and it would just make anybody mad in West Texas.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, what can you say? What else can you say about Gringo? That says it all. Honestly, it says the kind of guy he is. Rick Gelsey's #1 champion, our champion, regardless on if you like it or not. He's your SCP champion. Yeah. And going forward, we'll see who comes up next as a challenger. It's not going to be Daddy Phoenix, unfortunately. It's definitely not going to be Lilith Blood. So we'll see what comes out. And then we led into our final match, which is the Gauntlet Armageddon, the 24-man over-the-top battle royal.
Yeah, and it was a doozy, that's for sure. Started off with Nolan Phillips.
Phillips, #1. He asked for the slot earlier on in the night, and like a true fool, because he ended up staying in for a long time, but he didn't win. #1 in battle or rumbles, royal rumbles, exclusively #1. Maybe a handful of times has won, because do people know how the battle royal goes, or a royal rumble in this? And do your fans, are they fairly privy to?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I would hope so, because I know that you like to go on about sports and Superman and any other tangents that you can. Because you have a litany of subjects you can speak on, and I don't know what your fans are like. This is their first time seeing me, so I mean, first of many, but
first of many.
So yeah, I just didn't know if they knew the battle royal format, and that over the top rope, both feet touching the floor. 24 men come in at 2-minute intervals, and Nolan Phillips and Draven Reeves started out the night. Draven, as I interviewed him, said he was going in at #2. Very cocky, very gracious and wonderful. He even touched me on the shoulder. I don't know if you saw that. It was a magical moment for me, being a Draven fan for as long as I have been.
Yeah.
He's been going about it for 7 years. Draven Reeves finally getting the respect he deserves and taking that #2 spot after beating 2 men earlier on in the night. Draven Reeves #2. Believe #3 was JP Nitro.
Yep.
Who was also the first eliminated in that match.
Right.
Probably not the way he would have wanted it to go.
Sure.
JP.
Then it was followed by Jesse the Kid James, Cisco Kid, and a lot of kids. A lot of kids, yeah. Yep. And then we had Lau.
Yeah. So when he came out, I was looking kind of up to where, people, because I didn't have a shot of the Tron, I was looking straight on to the curtain, and when he came out, he crawled, so I had to go like... And he was there crawling like a creep. I've seen Lau backstage. Talk about the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. And
he doesn't say much.
He doesn't say very much, and I know people like to keep their distance away from Lau. So that he's one of those guys that he abides by fear rather than by respect. And
sure.
And sometimes fear brings about respect.
It's all a part of the game, all part of the mind game.
Yeah.
I mean, perhaps he is inhabited by a an oni, a demon,
Sure.
something. But as we're backstage and everybody's, you know, getting ready, I should have my own dressing room, but I don't know why they haven't done that yet. But yeah, Lau's just kind of standing there lurking, and he was our number 6, and he changes the ring atmosphere by entering and immediately goes after Nolan Phillips, who I think underestimated him due to his size, and a lot due with Lau, due to the fact that he's a little smaller. He's not Undertaker sized, yet he has the type of presence that the dead man would carry, and he's got a lot of power behind his strikes. People don't take that into account with Lau. And if you've been hit by him, which I have, it's not fun. It's not fun. He's a striker. And I'll just say I'm glad that he is on the side of the Angels, at least. At least from my point of view, anyway.
Right.
I like to say it like Anakin Skywalker. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Well, and then after Lau comes in, it's Joshua James. So Jesse James's brother, followed by Miles Journey and JC Bravo, one of the Squirt Circle Pro OGs. So we got 9 people.
And Theo brought the chancla. And you could hear those chancla shots.
Oof.
Throughout Jake's back room, you could hear that just connecting with bare flesh. He chased Joshua down, and I saw the same fear on his eyes that I had with my grandmother growing up, as she would grab a chancla.
Oh.
And I felt for Joshua in that moment, escaping to the corner as he was getting whipped with the chancla. So chaos. If you can imagine what's in that ring, a demon, a drunk uncle, Hihachi cosplayer, a bunch of Amarillo kids, a shoeless professor.
It's quite a variety.
It was a variety. A beautiful man and Draven. So just all sorts of. That's what's so good about wrestling, is just so many different personalities clashing, and so much in one match in particular with a 24-man. And then after TL Bravo was our number 10 entrant. What is this?
Oh, it's fine. It's a surprise for later. Anywho, you were saying? Keep going.
Okay.
Yep. You're good.
Huh. Okay. So Theo, who was number 10?
Okay, number 10 was Mateo De Feo.
That's right. That's why I forgot.
Yeah. Yep. Well, yeah, Mr. Who gives you the heebie-jeebies. Yeah. He comes in, and we see some eliminations start to happen, then followed by Aaron Harms, who, he was in for a little bit, and then Lau gets eliminated. And of course, people spread. They fan out to get away from Lau, and then you get
Lau changed the game. He really did.
He has, and then Jordan Slade comes in, and so Lau gets eliminated. Then it's Miles Journey who gets eliminated, and then comes about 3 more people. Ryan Justice, and then Grant Moore.
New 101 champion, Grant Moore.
The new.
He looked like he injured himself. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't notice that.
So on the floor, he had given a bicycle kick to someone, I don't remember who, but kind of looked like before he even got in the ring, he had injured himself a little bit.
Right. Yeah, so there was that. And then you had Keelix Sunrise come in.
Right. unknown entity, or at least to us, and SCP. I don't know if he's been there before.
Right. Then you see Jesse James get eliminated. And then you have unfortunate. And then you have Baby Samoa and then Brian Rage Rivera come in. And these guys have had history.
Love Brian. I was this close to touching Brian last night.
Oh.
I'm a big Brian fan as well.
Okay.
Love to work with him in some capacity.
Sure.
If he would, if he could get with my people, I would love to. I've been trying to make some contact with him, or at least my people have, and no response as of yet. But I'm sure we will see each other down the line. I would love to bend Brian's ear a little bit.
Sure. And then you see some eliminations. So Jordan Slade gets eliminated.
Mm-hmm. For all of the preteens, that was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that was a little devastating. Mm-hmm. And then you have Mateo Feo. I keep on messing up his name. I apologize, but he gets eliminated.
It's kind of difficult. You're right. He should just call himself Ugly Matt.
Okay.
Ugly Matthew. Basically, is how it translates.
Okay.
He got eliminated. I believe he was unceremoniously dumped by G5, if I remember correctly, with Jordan's assistance.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
He chased Jordan all the way to the back, as the preteen screamed.
Got you.
So that was something.
Yeah, and then we have Cisco Kid gets eliminated, and then in comes Diablo Blanco.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see more eliminations. So Keelix Sunrise gets eliminated.
Yeah, Blanco was a beast.
Yeah, and then
that's his type of match,
right? And then Baby Samoa, Brian Rivera, they basically take each other out.
They did right in front of the family. They had taken each other out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of the worst place where you can get eliminated at, but. If I'm Brian Rage Rivera anyways, but
wrong side.
Yeah.
Wrong side of town.
Yeah. And then you have
sorry.
Yep.
Did you see during that match Miles' Journey sign went flying?
Oh, I did see the sign. The Peace Love Pro Wrestling, and then the fuck Richie Wong sign. Yeah. Richie was not pleased.
I don't know. I know Richie wasn't pleased most of the night. He was shouting at Rick. His dog was name dropped. I appreciate Richie for always being there and getting me on camera because he should thank me for that, honestly.
Yeah.
But he wasn't too happy, old Richie Wong. But yeah, the sign flew off. The sign that said "fuck Richie" flew off. Ended up hitting a kid.
Oh.
Right in the clavicle.
Oh.
And that poor kid. I don't mean to laugh. He's right in the front row. He's part of the family for Baby Samoa. So you might hear from Baby Samoa for injuring a part of his bloodline. But yeah, poor kid had to be taken to the back, and I think they gave him a popsicle and a free T-shirt, so I think he's okay.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's okay at the end of the day.
The people know what they're getting into when they're there. The Bananas knew when they were getting into the ring, they were going to get their ass beat. Mm-hmm. The old man who was attempting to, stand up to Gringo, he knew he would have got took, so he didn't do it. People shouting at Rick and I from afar. You notice how nobody next to me was saying anything.
Right.
So it's just the proximity and the cowardness and just the fact that it's the stupidity in some of the people getting involved. But like the kid, he's very close. And it's not exactly, I'm not saying it's his fault, but there are hazards in professional wrestling, especially without the guardrails.
Right. And that's the risk you run. I mean, it's not going to be to the point where everybody has to sign waivers to get in. However, you do have to understand that that's part of the show. You're going to have guys flying at you.
Yeah.
You're going to have guys
Houston
flying at
from
you.
the Texan Tag Team podcast, he ended up on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
His wife was screeching at Paula Fate. The wonderful Kelsey. I've been on the show before, just to plug them as well.
Sure.
But yeah, you run the risk, and everybody knows that risk. And it's just something that you have to know is just going to happen. Eventually, it's gonna happen to you.
Right.
Sorry, I'm switching positions.
Oh, all good. All good.
I'm drying out.
You are drying out.
Takes me a while.
And then we get a surprise. Following the elimination of Nolan Phillips. And that is the return of Jeb Bingham, isn't it?
So yes, it is. And when he came out, my notes that I was given, and I was given very need to know basis kind of notes. All it said for that entrant was ... the wild card.
The wild card.
Yes, and so I don't know if you knew. It seemed like a few of the people in the crowd knew about the wild card. It's an alter ego of Bingham's.
Okay.
He's done this previously. He's been in the business for about 19 years. Wild card was an alias he went by under a mask. He never had mixed the two, but Bingham has just returned from a hiatus. He's in a different mindset. He's a different type of person, and he had history with Draven, who he was in a tag team with previously when he wore the Dragon Ball Z tights.
Oh.
Different Jeb Bingham that we saw in that battle royal than what we saw before his hiatus.
Sure. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it was quite a lot, and the people received him well. They liked seeing him back.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, Draven gets eliminated. Then in comes Lloyd Quinones, who you never would have think, as a ref, okay, he's a participant in the Gauntlet Armageddon.
Sure.
And, and he's, then comes in Emilio Guzman from Los Carnales. He comes in and then after like a brick shit house, coming in, cleaning out, cleaning out house. And then comes in Recoil. And
that idiot.
Yeah, it seems like, Recoil had a bone to pick with a few people.
So he did, and he took it up with Lloyd. Now, previously, I'll put this on record. I was very interested in the enigma of Recoil. Recoil had competed at Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 in the tournament to crown our champion. He was in hardcore matches. He was an entity. He was someone I felt that I could mold and shape and make over. And last night it was revealed that Recoil is none other than former referee / competitor Jarrett Smarud. As he took his mask off after a ruse. So he is just a liar, really. Lied to the fans, lied to Rick Elzy, lies to himself every day. And Jarrett, I'm no longer interested in working with you, working with Recoil, working in any capacity. I wash my hands of it. I rescind my offer of a makeover because honestly, it just seems too far gone.
Sure.
Yeah, it seems like too much work. Sorry.
Okay.
He's cut, But yes,
Oh.
Jarrett came out and yeah, he came out to a pretty okay reaction, but the people were not very high on Jarrett as a referee. So I'm kind of surprised at how flippant and how big of hypocrites the SCP fans are.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
it was
cheer
interesting.
Jarrett. Yeah, they're just like, oh, recoils Jarrett. I'm going to cheer for him now. It didn't make any sense to me.
Right.
But yeah. So he came in and eliminated himself like a true idiot. Um,
He
yeah.
did
So
go after Loy with the kendo stick though.
he did. So that's pretty telling of the intelligence of Jarrett Smarood.
I see. Yeah. Smed's rude. Yeah, and then Marcus MD comes back. And then you see the elimination of Grant Moore and Aaron Harms.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the ring bully himself come back as
Stephon Remsen, number 24.
Yeah, 24. And he starts getting rid of some people. He gets rid of some people.
He cleaned house.
He did.
Between he and Blanco, there were quite a few eliminations.
Right. Yeah. So it comes down all the way down. So we're down to the end of this. Stephon Remsen and not Ryan Justice, but Amelia Guzman. Sorry, Ryan. But Amelia Guzman, Stephon Remsen, big fight to the finish.
Yes.
And then Stephon makes a little bit of a mistake. He ends up kind of making contact with the post with his fist.
He had clotheslined that ring post.
Yeah. Which kind of caught him a little off guard, which gave Guzman kind of the opportunity to eliminate him.
Sure. And you know what? Congrats to Emilio. He complains enough about not winning that he finally won, and when he is in the spotlight, he'll let you know it. He's got an ego that way. But I all that aside, when he won and Stephon's feet hit the floor, the place erupted.
Yeah, they did.
I hadn't heard a louder reaction in that arena other than, when I step out there and the people let me know what they think. I hadn't heard a louder reaction in the SCP arena, aka Jake's back room, ever, I don't think.
No, not in a while. But
it's
that was
unfortunate.
Big.
Unfortunate that wasn't live streamed because I wish that people had seen it.
Right.
Because it would make them want to be a part of it. And you have to be there to just know. You know what I mean? To just know what it feels like to be a part of something like that.
It is, yeah.
And I don't like Emilio, like I said, but just that whole atmosphere, you get caught up in it. And doing my job, I also got caught up in it, and I had announced Emilio as the winner, and people just loved it. It was a great moment.
Yeah, it was a great moment. It brought in all the good guys. And this is what leads to the declaration of war between.
Yeah.
So you were in the middle of it.
I was.
Yeah.
You want me to go? I'll go bit by bit. So
sure.
I'm trying to do my job and get an interview with the winner. And I get called out by that little elf idiot. And, whatever, calls me names, thinks he's funny. Probably took a couple hours to come up with the insults.
Sure.
Whatever. That's beside the point. Not only does he hands me the note of declaration, but he gives me the water I had been, I thought, politely asking him for throughout the night, throws it in my face. Now, knowing I'm not going to do anything, and I won't forget it.
You won't forget, huh?
I won't forget any of them. To my trainees, to my trainers, to the 19-year vets. I'll remember all of you. However, that's beside the point. So the declaration of war was officially given last night from a note from TJ, who was absent. But the note, if you want to, do you have the note? Did you recount it? Were you able to?
I do not have the note. Although from what I see, the sides are clear. I feel like 2026 is going to be the year of the Civil War.
It is, and where do you stand?
As a broadcaster, I can't play sides. I mean, I know I know. It's a very lackluster response.
It's fine. It's a good. Honestly, I can't fault you for it. It's a good response. It's probably the smart response.
Right. Well, and I have friends on both sides. I know people on both sides. I have friends on both sides. I understand their perspectives. I know where they're coming from. However,
sure.
as somebody that's been in the media for over 10 years at this point, I have to step aside and basically help tell the stories from each perspective, each side. Now, I did feel a little naked without the headset. I will admit that. But I know in January everything will be back to where it is, and I think I think it'll be okay. I'll be there to witness all of this go down.
And Chris.
What's that?
Is Chris your new partner going forward? Just barring any off-color comments he might have.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's been times where I've teamed up with Chris. There's been times where I've teamed up with Cromwell. There was a time where I teamed up with you. Yeah, and in all honesty, I think I'm fine with anybody that Rick or TJ will assign. I'm sure what could happen, and I'm just playing speculator at this point, is that I believe there will be a representative on each side, and I'm just going to be in the middle. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I mean, it just depends on. Yeah, it really depends. For the most part, but anywho, I do have somebody that that just popped in.
I may have seen that.
And he wanted to talk with us. And
I didn't see who it was.
Right. But he wants to be audio only. So, okay, you're on.
Well, I appreciate it, Tyler, and good day to you, Lee Excel. Of course, I am Rick Elsey, the SCP president,
the boss man himself.
I've been listening. I was very interested. I want to, first off, before I kind of get into this, and I'll explain why I wanted to speak with you. I do appreciate the access, and I appreciate the coverage. Tyler is correct. I've known him for a long time. We've been friends for a long time. I don't expect Tyler to take sides. Tyler is very much a professional. He's a broadcaster. He's a journalist, and he should have the middle ground. He should be the person to tell the story. And so that's why I hired him to begin with, because I know what he's capable of, and quite honestly, I'm very smart. So at the same time, I do want to go ahead and address a few things. I find it very entertaining. I am a truth teller. You may not appreciate the truth, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And I have no qualms whatsoever about telling you the hard truth. And the hard truth of the matter is the fans of SCP and the wrestlers who stand in opposition and the staff who stands in opposition to me are hypocrites. And I will tell you why. Because I threw water in the face of Josh Ryan back in May, and I was chastised all over the place for it. What did Josh Ryan do last night? The exact same thing, and he was cheered for it. So, again, hypocrites. While all of these supposed good guys of SCP stood around and watched it happen. Very similar to the way I was chastised for all of the quote-unquote bad guys of SCP standing around watching me do terrible things to Nolan Phillips or Lilith Blood or whatever, all the narrative that they want to throw out there. So, you know what? It's hilarious to me that when one side does it, it's bad. And when the other side does the exact same thing, it's perfectly okay. And so here's the way that it is. Let's go over some of the bigger points of last night. I won't recap. You guys have already done that. I just want to hit a few pieces that I'm very interested in.
Oh, sure, by all means.
So behind my back, under the table, TJ Mundell makes deals to bring Aaron Harms back to SCP, to bring Jeb Bingham back to SCP. And here's the super fun part of all that, okay? Aaron Harms, just half a year ago, aligned with Paul of Fate at South Plains and turned on Justin Taylor, a friend of his.
Right.
Jeb Bingham, as the wild card, was a member of Chaos Inc. that ran through SCP and Rampage Wrestling for a year and a half, doing terrible things to people.
Right.
And just like Carnalis, who spent a year and a half chasing JP Nitro and trying to threaten his wife and other terrible things. And yet when I tell the truth, I'm a bad guy. When these guys do it physically to people, they're revered. Why? Because they stand in opposition of me, the person who tells the truth, and the SCP fans don't want to hear it. So I think all of that is wildly hilarious because you can't tell me I'm wrong. And so here's the other thing. I want to address one other moron who thought he needed to get the last word in on me last night, and that is Ryan Justice.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to understand that the reason why I don't care what Ryan Justice has to say is because Ryan Justice is about as irrelevant as oatmeal. And that guy, I wanted the rogue. That's who I wanted. I wanted the guy who would put on the mask, darken up his eyes, grab a chain, and beat somebody's face in. That's who I wanted. I wanted the killer. I wanted the guy who could actually get the job done. I didn't want Ryan Justice, the last Maverick of West Texas, Timu Terry Funk, whatever the hell he wants to call himself. I don't need that goofball in my organization. Another guy who, by the way, for years and years and years, slime of the earth bad guy, okay? So this is what I find so interesting about all of this. I spent 14 years doing exactly what I thought the fans of West Texas would want to see. And when I finally make the decision to stop listening to idiots and do things the right way, I am immediately vilified. Immediately vilified. And now all these people stand in opposition to me and they want to declare war. Well, here's what I think about that. And I'm going to put out a much larger statement. I'm going to cut a promo on a video, and I'm going to put it out in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to address that whole thing live in public for everybody. But I just want to say this. In the last, what has it been now? About 6.5 months since I decided to do what I'm doing right now. In that time period, I have been vilified to the point. People think that I am the next coming of Satan himself. Okay. That's how I'm treated. And at this point, all I've been trying to do is manage my company. Now I've been put in a position where I have to answer a call of war. If people think that I have been so terrible up to this point, can you imagine what I'm capable of now? Here's the thing. I am, and I'm going to say this out loud for anyone who wants to hear it, and if they want to disagree with me, I don't care. I am the smartest person you will ever meet. I know everyone and everything. I have a voice and eyes and ears in every locker room in West Texas. I have access to everyone. What do you think I've been doing for the last 14 years at SCP, bringing in people, networking, making connections? I can make a call at any point in the week, and I can make a deal with anyone. If they want to go to war, trust me, I can go to war, and it will be bloody, and it will be violent, and it will be hell on earth if they want to push me in that direction. I've tried to do things the right way. I've given people the opportunity to make the right decisions, and now they've decided to stand in opposition in this way. Meanwhile, being completely duplicitous human beings who have lied and connived and pushed their momentum forward with their agenda, which all the things they're accusing me of doing, they've done the exact same thing. So they want to declare war. Well, 2026, we're going to war. And it is going to be absolute hell on earth. And when it's all said and done and the dust has settled, regardless of the outcome, the one thing that people are going to remember out of it is that Rick Elby was right.
You heard it here first. And Lee's giving
Well,
you
I know
the
where
golf
I
clap.
stand. I know where I stand, Rick. I tell you what, after last night especially.
I don't think that people really understand. It's disheartening to work so hard to put things in the right place and be consistently put down and catcalled. And I can take a lot. I heard you guys talking about some of the things people say. I can take a lot. There's a lot of stuff that just rolls right off my back.
Sure.
But when you can absolutely look at the bigger picture and accuse me of not trying to do what's best for this business, that's insanity to me. Because I could have just let 101 die. I Step in and tried to help. I could have just quit SCP if I wanted to, got frustrated and walked away, and it would have all fallen apart because nobody else is going to do what I do. I have been such a bastion for excellence and change and evolution in wrestling for 17 years. It's sad that I don't get the respect that I deserve. But at the same time, fine. Everybody has their right to feel the way that they want to feel. What they don't have is the right to lie about it. And much like last night when I had Kyle Farrell tell what the rules were and pointed out the miscarriage of justice with the tag team titles, again, that wasn't me. That was just the truth. Those are the rules. Remember the rules? The rules that I'm constantly accused of breaking, the rules that I'm constantly accused of bending. Who was bending the rules last night? The quote unquote good guys. So again, it's look at it how you want. I thought that at the end of the night, when you look at the whole thing, regardless of what happened at the end of the night, the LZ administration has their hands on every piece of gold in the promotion. And unlike the baby faces standing in the ring, who are all together because they react to everything, my group of guys are with me because they see vision. And when you are not proactive, you are reactive. I am proactive. Everything I do is meticulously planned and plotted out for the bigger picture. The people who stand in opposition for me only stand because they are reacting to my proactivity. And reactionary violence is the most reckless violence. Proactive violence is hellishly terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what 2026 is about to become.
Mm.
Do you realize I have 2 full months to plan? I have 2 full months to plan.
And you don't want to give
January
2 months to plan.
I have 2 full months to get things together and get ready. At some point, I'm sure I'm going to sit down with legal and sit down with TJ, and we're going to figure all this out, and we're going to get to January 24th for collision course. But the simple fact that I have guys that are willing to take a bullet for me, and I have 2 months to plan, people should be terrified at the thought of a civil war.
If they're on the wrong side.
The fields of battle in West Texas are going to run red with blood.
Ooh, man.
Just remember that.
Oh, man. Oof.
I like it.
It just got heavy. Feeling heavy there, Doc.
But I will say this. Lee, you looked fabulous last night. You and everything that you had to put up with, I thought that you carried yourself very well. Wonderful replacement for that idiot John Russell.
Thank you so much.
Who, by the way, I don't know if everybody paid attention. He challenged me. He challenged me to make him quit. Why? Why would you do that, you moron? Why would you do that, knowing what I'm capable of? Like, I mean, that guy got exactly what he deserved. Exactly what he deserved. As did those banana idiots.
Yeah. That wasn't very smart.
I mean, the worst thing was that they showed up in banana suits. That was the worst thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they decided to get in the ring and totally got pwned by our support staff, which I thought was great.
That is why, like, you have security staff. Like,
how many times have you guys heard me tell the staff and the wrestlers, if somebody gets in the ring, shut that shit down?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was very proud of my staff last night, regardless of how they feel about me.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I appreciate the opportunity to come on and say a few words, just for prosperity's sake. I can't allow. I have to keep control of the narrative because I'm the only one who's going to tell the truth about it, and sure. I cannot let the narrative hang out there online when it's tilted in the wrong direction. I don't need to be loved. I don't want people to like me. I do demand respect because I damn well know I've earned it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I just want people to know what the score is. And sometimes they're not going to like the score, but I'm always going to tell them what the score is. And trust me, regardless of what you saw last night, at the end of the night, the score is extremely tilted in my way. And Queen had a song called "We Are the Champions." Well, buddy, you're looking at the champions. And that's us.
Right. Well,
music,
yeah.
Beautiful music.
Yeah, and I feel like the reason why, and I'm not trying to pander here, but the reason why I wanted to, as part of the Unfiltered podcast, is to be able to have SCP hangovers, is to allow everybody a forum to talk about what happened the previous evening. And not just leave it to some guy that has like a little selfie stick and an iPhone camera and record the entire show. There's much more than that. There has to be much more going on inside of the mind of Lee Excel, for instance. I'm going this way. Okay. All right. I'm going this way. There has to be more going on inside the mind of Rick Elsey, who, thank you for popping on the show.
Thank you, Rick.
And of many people, and I'm not just limited to just the LC administration. I'm open to anybody.
I recommend that you get as many people on here as possible. Sure. I recommend that everybody who stands in opposition to me should take the opportunity to come on here and vent their spleen. I just say that when they do come on here and they do speak, hold their feet to the fire. They're allowed to have an opinion. They're not allowed to lie.
Right.
Sure.
And I will say this, I don't know if anybody's seen it yet, but I did make a little post online, small, tiny little reply to some idiocy going on between Mike Caldwell, Phoenix, Ryan Justice, and Richie Wong trying to drive their own narrative forward. I basically told Richie, post what you want. I don't care. I'm not going to follow it anymore. I don't give a crap what you post. I'm actually shocked that TJ Mundell would spend good money for footage that you were willing to post online for free anyway. So whatever, go ahead and do it.
Oh, jeez Louise. Wow.
I just want him to make sure that he keeps a good eye on that dog because, leaving it at home with his Asian mother, you never know.
Oh dear. Oof.
Take an order, please.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay. All right. Wow.
Is that a good note to end on?
Yeah, that's a good note to probably end on.
FAFO.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes.
Oh, you may not be aligned exactly with anyone, but the door's always open, just as Rick said. You just have to have the vision. I see clearly now.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the splash of water in my eyes.
It probably was.
Probably.
Anywho, I'm gonna end it on one more thing. Phoenix did give a speech at the end of the show, and
that's right.
It was kind of it was not really a goodbye. It was more of a see you later. Yep. While anybody may have reservations either for or against. I still think it was very wholesome and and I don't think that's the last we'll ever see of Phoenix. Phoenix will still be around. Look no further than Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101. And I think there's going to be more to it. I think Phoenix's part in the story, I think it's far from over. So, yeah.
I think so too. Yeah. I mean, he's so passionate about what he does, and it was just. It was, like I said, I didn't really exactly see it due to the fact that I had stormed out after being embarrassed. I heard that it was a very heartfelt time, and I wish I had got to stay in the ring and celebrate, but I was, bullied into leaving. However, that's neither here nor there. Phoenix has been a staple for nearly 20 years around the area, as Phoenix has done his due diligence. He's been around. He's training 101 for a reason. I call him Daddy Phoenix as a joke, but he acts as a father figure to us all. He has really taken us under his wing, whether we got it or we don't, and some of us got it. But anyway, it's sad to see, but he needs to be with his family, and I'm glad that he made that decision to drop the championship, and maybe one day we'll see Daddy again.
Yeah.
But for now, it's goodbye, I suppose.
Yeah. Yep. Goodbye for now. Anywho, I think I'm going to take this home, as they say in wrestling. Lee,
right.
Thank you so much for dropping in. Of course,
thank you.
Fashionably late, but hey, better late than never, as they say.
Hey man, I'm always ready to You just need to give me a little bit. Give me, like I said, the bubble bath, the fashionably late thing.
Yeah.
Crazy, you hit that right on the head. I apologize again.
Oh, it's okay. You got to get your bubble
But
bath in.
yes, I will be. Anytime you need me, I will be. Try to make it available. You know, I got some busy things going on in my schedule. I've got a lot of photo shoots, a lot of commercials, a lot of other things. But I would be glad to try to make some time for you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I know you're working really hard on that calendar.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. The calendar's coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
And look out for me on the shop, and look out for us at 101. We are going to be doing a toy drive December 20th. Rumor has it, and I'll end this with some breaking news. There is a battle royal.
Ooh.
And I know a lot of people that were in the ring with me last night are going to be in that battle royal. So you never know if I make my presence felt. We'll say. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right,
indeed.
Man.
All righty.
We'll see you.
All righty. I'll see you soon. All right. Thanks.
Okay. You have a good night.
You too. I'll see you soon. All right. Okay. And then back on me. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. It is a pleasure to join y'all once more for SCP Hangover. I am Tyler Anderson. The internet knows me as Tyler Liger. We will see you again on Saturday, January 24th, back at Jake's Back Room for Squared Circle Pro Wrestling's Collision Course, Steel Cage match. Plenty of matches that are going to be formulated over the next couple of months. It should be good. The war is on. The civil war between TJ Mundell's coalition and the LC administration. You don't want to miss any of this. And you don't want to miss that of the Unfiltered podcast. Speaking of Unfiltered, we'll be back to regular programming here next week as we bring in Cale Steed, the founder, the editor-in-chief of Press Pass Sports, my best friend. And then we'll end up seeing TC Warrior ETP on December 7th. And then some more guests leading up to Christmas. Man, am I excited. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a great one. I will see all of y'all very soon.